Hey, good morning, Choice Residential. Hope your day's off to a great start. Today, I want to talk about when you're selling a home or representing a buyer for a home that has a septic tank, and an important expectation to set so that you don't end up with frustrated sellers and buyers in this transaction. And that is about having the tank pumped prior to it being inspected. And the reason is there's not a lot that a septic inspector can see if the tank hasn't been pumped. If it's full, then they can't see everything they need to see. And so it's a much less effective septic inspection report. So it's important that as a buyer's agent, you are in some way setting an expectation or discussing with the listing agent and your client prior to making an offer or part of that offer making process. And one great strategy is to go ahead and include in your offer, using the additional provisions addendum, that the seller agrees to either pump the tank prior to the buyer's septic inspection, or that they give permission for the buyer to have the tank pumped as part of their inspection process. That's important. You do need the seller's permission if you or the buyer are in fact going to have it pumped, or if the seller will agree to just go ahead and do it as soon as they go under contract. That certainly works as well. You just don't want to be dealing with this at the time of the septic inspection and the inspector says, hey, I can't see a whole lot here. You need to have it pumped and then I can come back. And now you're having that discussion at that point with the listing agent and the seller, when they have no obligation to have that tank pumped or to give you permission to have it pumped. So go ahead and make sure you're getting that addressed prior to going under contract and having that conversation with your buyers so they understand they may be paying for a septic pumping as well as the septic inspection. If the seller does not agree proactively. Now, on the flip side, as a listing agent, go ahead and set the expectation with the seller that they may receive the request from a buyer to have the tank pumped, so that they aren't surprised by that request. Keep in mind, this is maybe a few $100s. So we're not talking about an insurmountable amount of money, but the fewer things that we can argue about during the transaction, the better. So always best to square these things away up front before going under contract. So hopefully this was a helpful tip for you. If you have other tips and experiences you'd like to share, please put them in the comments below. We love to learn from your experiences as well. So as always, until next time, take care.